Hi Phil, I'm Rob from London Campers. Sorry I can't be here tomorrow evening to show you around the van, but this is just to give you a quick demonstration around how everything works on it. Here we go, here's the silver T5 van. So first of all, the lighting is up on this switch here. You'll see that's now activated the lighting inside the van. You can also turn on and off the lighting on individual ones by pressing your finger on the button. To put the roof up, the roof has two straps here. You undo the straps and then the roof can push up. I've already undone one for making this demonstration a bit quicker. So undo the strap and then just push like that, and it's got gas rams, so the rest it'll do itself. There we go. Let me just go back outside and you can see now, so the roof is now up on the van. There we go. So simple as that to put the roof up. So these front seats, they will turn round to face the back seats. It's really simple to do. So the thing to see is that there is these anchors down here. There are 1, 2 this side, and then there are 2 more in the front passenger side footwell. So I'll undo just one just for now to show you. A little bit fiddly, bear with me a second. So once you've undone them, the important thing is just to lift the bolt up so that this split pin holds it out of the holds the bolt out of the thread, otherwise it won't turn. So undo all 4 of these, so these 2 here, and then also these 2 down on the front passenger side footwell, and then push the whole thing forwards about 6 inches, and then it will turn. If it's not pushed all the way forwards, then you'll find that it feels like there's not enough space for it to turn in the gap. So push it forwards again and start if you have that problem. So then the kitchen equipment. So the fridge I will turn on and leave going for you, so it'll be nice and cold tomorrow. It powers off the leisure battery, so you don't need to do anything more with it. When you run the engine, you charge both batteries, and when you plug into the mains at the campsite, you also charge both batteries. The fridge will probably run for sort of 24-36 hours under normal use between charges. You probably see it's got 2 lights here. So the green light tells you operating. At the moment the red light's flashing. That's because the van's been sat here for a whole week without a battery charge, so the battery's a bit on the low side. But I'll leave it plugged and going. This here is the heater. So you can do all sorts of complicated things with the heater, but effectively when you can see the P button that says program off, that means it's not going to do any timer schedule type stuff, which is probably simplest. And then this squiggly line button here, bottom right hand corner, press and hold that until you get the symbol come up on here. It's now going to start generating heat. It'll be a sort of 2 or 3 minute wait before it starts blowing, and then it'll blow out of down there but underneath the driver's seat. So do that until you've had enough heat, and then as soon as you're fed up with it, just press the button again and the symbol goes out, and it'll run on for a couple of minutes, and then it'll turn off. Right, you've also got water obviously on here, so press the switch. In fact, we have to turn the water pump on, so on this one press the water pump on and then on here, and the water runs. And I'll show you in a minute where you fill that up from. And then we've got the gas hobs here. The gas is down in this cupboard down here, if you can see that. So turn the gas on the bottle itself, and then there are 2 taps up in that corner. One goes to the hot hobs, and the other one goes to this grill here. So have them turned on to the appliance that you want to use. Turn the thing so gas is coming through, and then just light it. You might need a cigarette lighter, by the way. I think that the clip lighter, oh no, it does it, it's intermittent. There we go, it will work, so there we go. And I'll turn the gas back off again, so you'll need to turn it on when you want to use it. and I'll also turn it off at these 2 taps there as well for safety. So the kettle in there and some washing up stuff. This thing here is the table for the front seats. So the table, these legs, they clip into the silver thing here, and then at this end, press the button. So doing my thumb, and the table comes out like that. So simple as that. I'll slide that all the way forwards. Right, so the downstairs bed, first of all, the upstairs bed is probably the better of the 2 beds. It's the larger of the 2 beds, and it means you can leave the downstairs space as like a living room. So these are padded cushions already. You pull them out and position them where you want them. There are 4 of them in total. There's enough space up here for two adults, and it's nice and comfortable. But if you don't want to climb upstairs, the downstairs bed is a bit softer, not quite as wide, but it is slightly softer. If you want to use the downstairs bed, pull this lever here. See the silver lever here? Pull that across, and then you can pull the bed out towards you. And just one thing, we'll get this stand out here and put these cushions to the side. So pull the bed all the way until it goes flat. There we go. And then we just put the axle stand underneath the front. The reason for that is the bed's got slightly damaged by heavy people climbing around on it. So, but with that on there, that's the downstairs bed made. And while we've got that made, let's just come and look at the back. So the van is barn door at the rear. So you open the left-hand side first, like that. And then afterwards you can open the right-hand side like that to get both sides up. So this is your exterior table here. Then you've got one chair on the outside, and if I move that for a second, there are more camping chairs in the cupboard down in the drawer down there. Then in the cupboards, so this cupboard is free for you to put your storage stuff in. Just one thing to note, you'll see the switch there for the leisure battery. If you switch that switch accidentally, if you push it away from you, it'll turn all of the power to everything off. So if you have a problem with power during the weekend, it could be because you've managed to knock the power switch there. And then down in here is just spares. So there's a couple of tanks of diesel in there. You'll also find the wheel brace and the jack if you were to have a flat tyre, but they're all basically new tyres, so you'd be very unlucky to have that. Other things just to show you while we're around here. So this here on this side of the van, that's the where the electric hookup from the campsite goes in, and this one here is where you fill with water, which is the only other key that's on the key ring apart from the van key itself. So the van itself is diesel. It's 100% full on fuel. It fills just down there. You have to have the passenger door open to be able to fill it. You'll probably find when you look at the fuel gauge inside that it looks like it's only got a third of a tank in there. There's a bit of a strange problem with the fuel gauge. Not quite sure what's causing it. We'll have to look into it, but it's 100% full definitely. I topped it all the way up until it actually started pouring diesel out of the top of the spout, so it's definitely got a full tank. It'll do about 500 miles on a tank, so I suggest that you sort of mark it to do 450, and then you can fill up again at that point. Obviously there are also the 2 fuel canisters I showed you in the rear, so if you did run out of diesel you're not completely stuck. You've got that option as well, but try not to run out of diesel. Obviously try and fill up beforehand, because it's not very good, the engine, to run out of diesel. And then finally, just other quick things to show you. So you've got a CD player stereo in there. If you want to listen to anything else, you know, your phone or something, we've got this little gizmo. Oh yeah, we've got this little gizmo down here, which plugs into the ashtray, like that, and you plug your phone into the USB thing on it. It broadcasts at different frequencies. We've got it set to 107.1 or something, and then it'll pick up. It'll set to 107, and then it'll pick up the signal that's coming from this. So that's quite a good extra bit of kit for listening to music. If I just shove that away back in the glove box again, the only other thing to say is underneath this front seat, that's where you'll find the barbecue, and those are because they attach with sort of sucker cup stickers to the front 3 windows, one for each thing. They're all individually shaped for it. So I think that's sort of pretty much everything with how the van works. The only other thing is putting the roof back down. So to put the roof back down, you'll see that there are 2 handles up there, like that one. If you pull on those and pull the roof all the way back in. I need both hands to do it. But there we go, pull them all the way in, and then what I'm going to do